Hi everybody, I'm Dan Stalp with Sandler Training, and today we're going to talk about how do you get in front of prospects during this pandemic. As a sales trainer, I hear this a lot. It's so hard to get in front of people. I can't go to networking events, or if I go, they're not very well attended. So I thought I'd just kind of give you some good best practices on that. Also, when you are going to have meetings, maybe some good best practices on how to prepare for that or what to send them in advance, and then also just how to handle the actual meeting. So let's start with getting in front of prospects. Well, first of all, the phones still ring and all those types of things. Emails still go through, but some people might be at home. But one best practice that I've found is if you're connected with them through LinkedIn, is to go out and look at their contact information on their LinkedIn profile, because oftentimes people will have their cell phone number there or their work number. And if their work number is, if you call their work number, they're at home, it rings through. So sometimes just having that mobile phone, or actually that's another thing that people are more comfortable giving you now because they are working from home. But another thing, there's video conferencing where you actually have the meeting over like a Zoom or a Microsoft Teams, but there's also using video to get in front of people. So like imagine I have a little sheet here that says your name, got 45 seconds, and you get an email that has a video link to it. I think most of us would go, that's my name. I'm going to at least click on this just out of intrigue. So whether you're using your iPhone, or if you're using something a little more sophisticated like Vidyard or something like that, it allows you to actually do something different with email versus just sending the typical email. So let's say you get in front of somebody and you decide it makes sense to have a meeting, but you're going to have it through video conferencing. What I would suggest is to ask them, what do they want to get out of that time together? And then, they might say one, maybe two, maybe three things. And then based on what they want to get out of it, meaning your prospect, you take the time that you think it would take to cover those things. Now that was the exact same advice I would have given before the pandemic, but for some reason people listen differently now that they can't get in front of people anymore. So what you're doing is you're making it about them, and you're also making the time fit what they want to cover. And what happens is then people are less likely to back out or no show, because they know what's in it for them, and they also got to pick how much time there was for that. Now, once you get there to the actual meeting itself, I would just double check that those are still the things that they want to cover, because a lot of times if they know they're interested in talking to you about something, they might mention it to somebody like a spouse, a business partner, or just some random person they think might know something about it. So then double check, are these still the two or three things that you want to cover, or has anything changed? And I find that about 40% of the time something has changed. They've either talked to somebody or they've given it more thought. And then you would run the meeting just like you would if you were in person, except you're going to really need to use the share screen more often. And I really personally kind of like that, because I can turn it on and turn it off. And so if I want their attention, I can just stop the share screen. They look at me and they can focus, and I can focus on them. But then I can share the screen when I want to focus on a certain piece of it might be a brochure, or it might be whatever you want to show them. So I'm Dan Stalp with Sandler Training. If you'd like to reach me, my number is 913-451-1760, or you can email me at dstalp@sandler.com. Thanks for watching.